today we're here in Greenville, Tennessee, and we're going to walk around and explore this beautiful downtown area. Also, this is the hometown of Andrew Johnson, the President of the United States. He took office after Abraham Lincoln was assassinated, so he was his vice president. You ready, Dawn?
I'm ready.
Let's do this. So downtown Greenville is going through a revitalization. They're redoing all the streets, all the curbs. It's looking good. A lot of businesses. I love the architecture in the buildings. And this massive mural is really cool. Grand Railroad Celebration, June the 6th of 1858. They were known for their luxury hotels. The Grand Central Union Hotel, the Smith House, the Mason, and the Lane House. Dawn goes, what is that on top of the courthouse? Looks like a bird's nest.
It does.
I think that's Jesus up there.
It is not.
Yeah.
That's sticks?
Well, he's in the manger.
Oh.
I think so. I don't know. What is that?
Are you sure it's not a bird's nest?
I don't know.
Well, Texans.
Who knows?
Like something coconutty. Maybe it's a plant.
Oh, they got a light up American flag on the building there. I wonder if it still lights up. I don't think we'll be around tonight to see it. But if you're from the Greenville area, let me know. So they have Greenville Credit Jewelers. It's a jewelry store. It is open. And we're walking on brand new poured concrete. Brand new. And it's going to be wonderful when they complete it. Of course, that magnificent mural that's on the wall here. And then you have Southern Shoe Stores, the family shoe store. That is definitely screaming maybe the 50s or something, you know? I absolutely love it. Of course, you have up there, it says the Lost State of Franklin. So originally at one time, Tennessee was not called Tennessee. It was called Franklin.
Franklin?
Yes. And it was only half of Tennessee, of course, like the east part of Tennessee. And they call themselves the state of Franklin. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there might be like the Capitol building of Franklin here. I think it's here. We'll try to find it. But anyways, and Patriot John Sevier, of course, we all know John Sevier, Sevier County, the home of Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, is named after him, John Sevier. And he has a house just outside of Knoxville, or a farm. You can go visit. It's an historic area. And then you have Daniel Kennedy. He's a fighter and patriot and leader. I'm not familiar with him. I'm familiar with John Sevier, but not that. So I'm gonna have to do some research, learn a little bit about the fighter and patriot leader. And a lot of the businesses, they'll put these photos up in the vacant building showing, you know, well, what it was like back in the day. And this one here looks like there's a lot of folks in the downtown. And these two guys here, it looks like they got up on the canopy here and they were looking down at all these guys here. And then there's a picture of an old car up there. I'm not sure. But so this was the happening place in those days. These streets here were filled. So they call this Quilt Alley. And this is a pickle dish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they call this the pickle dish. I don't know much about quilts other than I know it takes a lot of work and a lot of love that goes in them, and that they're very warm. And yes, you know, sometimes you'll see these like on barns or like you know.
Oh, it's called the Crazy Quilt.
Yeah.
They got names for them.
So Crazy Quilt. This one here is the pine burr.
Pine burr.
So it must be like symbols, or you know what I mean, of the quilt or whatever. And then there is they call it Quilt Alley. Greenville was a stop on the railroad, and they were known for their hotels. And this one here is the General Morgan, and it's a grand hotel. It's very nice, very well upkept, and it looks like there's a lot of folks staying the night here, which is good to see. You know, everybody wants the Holiday Inn, everybody wants the Fairfield, but what about the General Morgan? You know, I bet you it's beautiful in there. Maybe we can go in and take a little peek. You think?
Okay.
I think take a little peek, right? Let's go see if we can take a peek in there. Remember we were at Natural Bridge and we stayed at the Natural Bridge Hotel?
Yeah. That's kind of what reminds me of.
This is what this reminds me of. It's an old historic hotel, probably dating back to the Civil War era. Oh wow, look at the lobby in here. Yeah, I love it. They have some Greenville gifts you can buy here at the gift store. A little bit of local flair. This hotel is really cool. Hotel Brimley. An old key, an old skeleton key. The christening of the Greenville, SSN 772, September the 17th of 1994. So there is a submarine that has been named after Greenville here, the USS Greenville. The folks here saw me film in the hotel, and she came up and she's like, here's the history of our hotel. Now, I think Dawn's a little bummed because she did pack an overnight bag.
I wanted to.
And I told her, no, we're just going to be out for the day. We'll be back.
She could have got a room here overnight.
But you know what? If we had our overnight bag, maybe we could have stayed here. We'll have to come back and stay here, right? That'd be fun. Yeah, General John Hunt Morgan. So I'm guessing this is who the hotel is named after. Valentine's is coming up real quick, and they're already decorated. They have Brimley's Restaurant and Lounge. It looks like a really nice restaurant in there. The death of General John Hunt Morgan. Was it murder or was it a battle wound? It was really cool. Let's go ahead and explore the rest of Greenville. There's a lot of it. So we're on the Civil War's trails. Here they talk about the death of General John Hunt Morgan, and pretty much they were on the run from the Union. And here he says the Yankees will never take me prisoner again. And then he hid in the church behind us, which means he hid in, I believe, that church over there underneath the floorboards. The Union heard him under the floorboards. He ran out to the nearby grapevine area and was shot in the back. And that's what they're saying here. The death of Morgan was a blow to the morale of the Confederates in East Tennessee and throughout the South. It was one of the important changes in the Civil War. Very stately, federal style home. And it's just got that look, that American look that I love it. It's amazing. But there's a lot of history here. A lot of different generals use this as their headquarters. So this home has seen a lot of different things. And it was probably much different of a time back then with, you know, the armies marching through and gunshots in the air, cannonballs, you know. Just think about. And this town has so much charm. There's some modern, and then of course it's mixed in with the historic buildings. We're gonna walk through, take a little more of that. Those buzzards are flying around you, Dawn.
Is that buzzard?
Those are buzzards.
There's like a lot of them. Look like bats in the air.
It's hard to go over all the history that is here. Of course, you can take tours of that at 1 o'clock each day, and you get your tickets in the hotel that we were just at, the Morgan Inn. Of course, it's past 1 o'clock, so we're not going to be taking a tour of that. I think you need to stay the night and then soak it in if you're really into like Civil War history and that. I got plenty of parking downtown, but it is 2 hours maximum, and there's a $20 violation if you don't obey that. It was founded in 1842. I just love it. Look at that. Yeah, you can see that federal style in all the buildings. It's a beautiful steeple.
The got an angel, I think,
Yeah.
on top with birds sitting on it.
Yeah, there's a.
And it's blowing around in the wind.
Oh yeah, there's. Well, I'll zoom in a little. So the Cumberland Presbyterian Church, it's got that federal style. In memory of the Union soldiers who enlisted in the Union Army in 1861 to 1865. I absolutely love that theater, Capitol. You can tell it's got all of its neon, and it looks like it's in working order. I bet you it's beautiful at night when it's lit up. And this here is Andrew Johnson's home, the President of the United States, right? Yeah, it says Andrew Johnson, Homestead, from 1808 to 1875. He was the 17th President of the United States from 1865 to 1869. Not very long. He wasn't president for very long. He wasn't very popular. It was restored between 1956 and 1957, and it appears as it did during the last years of the former president's life.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I also hear that they have some of his personal like furniture pieces and stuff in there. So it's a really good museum to visit. Yeah, presidential home. So up the road they have the visitor center, and then they have his early home, which you can see, and then we're here at his homestead, number 3, and then there's also the National Cemetery, which is up the road. It's got his burial site. He's on the hill. We've been here before. He's way on top of a hill, like a lot of the presidents. Got a huge monument. Yeah, so this is the oldest house standing in Greenville. It was built in 1795. And they call it the Valentine Sevier home. $1795. The oldest home. This is a very busy corner here, and you can see some old murals, right? Bird Apple, Boss, Appliance and Furniture. I don't know, it's kind of faded. And that door.
Window too.
Yeah, there's some old windows.
Guys
Yeah. And then you have pet milk. Pet milk?
I wonder if that's for the mules and horses.
Yeah.
Pet milk, 1928 to 1996.
1996. And then, of course, you have...
Design window.
Yeah, I think that's Andrew. That's Andrew Johnson, I think, looking out that window. Maybe not. I don't know who that is. But there is a little description under. Let's go over there and see who the guy is looking out the window at us. Okay, so that is Andrew Johnson. King of the Wild Frontier. Davy Crockett.
King of the Wild Frontier, 1786, 1836. He even wrestled a bear.
He wrestled a bear? Yeah, he did. In 1955, Walt Disney brought Crockett to the screen and renewed his Greene County roots by bringing Fess Parker to Greenville for the movie premiere. So Fess Parker had come to the Capitol, and this colorful mural was painted by local artist Joe Tilday. Oh wow! So the movie theater is still in business. They got Happy Feet going on, and it's only $5.
Cool, man.
Yeah, yeah,
The Capitol Theater today.
yeah. I love this. I love the ticket booth and the tile, and
Tickets to Beauty and the Beast.
it was established in 1934. Greetings from Greeneville. It's got Davy Crockett's coonskin cap that he was known for. Yeah, even Andrew Johnson in the E there. You can also see all the steeples and the V and the L. Kind of looks a little bit like the White House, but that's the Chamber of Commerce building. We're over here at the Visitor Center and the early home. Andrew Johnson and his family lived here in his 2-story brick house in the 1830s to 1851. And this was the early years of President Johnson. Yeah, and you can actually tour. Yeah, you can go in. He became president after the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, and this here would have been his living room. Yeah. I got some photos of the restoration of the home. The road to the presidency. Well, yeah, a president of this country lived and walked these floors, these exact floors that you're standing on. And they have a very good museum here. Very well put together. Of course, history leading up to his presidency and what happened. And it was just after the Civil War.
See it?
Yeah.
The river boats. The Queen of the West.
Queen of the West, yes. And then there's an upstairs, but of course that's all been blocked off. We got a quick look at it, and it's 4 o'clock. It's closing time. That's our luck, right? We're always at closing time. But we've been here before, and so you have, of course, the early years home, then you have his later years homestead. On the other side of town we showed you, and then they have a really cool interactive museum over there. It's got like a movie you can watch, and there's always rangers here to answer all your questions, and it's a lot of fun. This is really cool. It's free, doesn't cost nothing, and there's so much you can take in. Of course, his original tailor shop is over here now, but that'd be closed now, but we've seen it before. It's really cool. We'll look through the window over here, kind of show you. It's inside. They actually put the building inside a building, kind of like Abraham Lincoln's boyhood home, which isn't original, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of it's a lot to take in. Yeah, and that's his tailor shop there, and it's inside of a building. Yeah, there's Andrew Johnson's tailor shop, protected inside of this building here. And it's just over there, you can see it. And they, like I said, they have a real nice theater in there. Rangers are on duty. They'll ask all, you can answer all your questions. Yeah, it's a really nice place to visit. It's free, it doesn't cost nothing. And this is amazing because right across the street is his early home. So this is a replica of Andrew Johnson's birthplace. It was built in 1999. Yeah, it was just like a humble upbringing, you know, just a little place. Downtown Greenville. Pretty cool. A lot of history, a lot of old buildings. A really nice theater, a really nice hotel. It was home to many hotels because of the railroad. Home to a president, the 17th president of the United States, Andrew Johnson. They have a really nice museum, his tailor shop, enclosed in a protective building, and where he lived in his early years during the presidency, or before the presidency, or the trail of the presidency. And then his later home, just a block over. A lot to take in. Andrew Johnson National Cemetery. Well, the sun is about to set. And we're on top of this hill. And this is a national cemetery here, and it says Andrew Johnson, 17th President of the United States. He was born December the 29th of 1808 and died on July the 31st of 1875. Oh, it's a very beautiful spot at the top of this hill.
Nice views, beautiful views.
Got beautiful views of the mountains surrounding all the way around.
Look at that, that's a nice view.
This here must have been an old Standard Oil gas station at one time. I've seen this design before. You could tell that this was a car bay at one time, and this would have been the station itself. I know it by that round door and that iconic top. This was a Standard Oil. That was our day in Greenville. It is known as the capital of the lost state of Franklin. There is a log cabin replica of the Capitol that you can go visit. We totally forgot about it. We got into the Andrew Johnson stuff, and we totally forgot to go look for it. But we've seen it. We've been there before, and we've seen it. So it does exist. But it was a great day. What did you think?
It was a good day.
It was.
Learned a lot of history.
Yeah, a lot of walking, a lot of history. Dawn's a real big history buff, right, Dawn?
Terrific.
Terrific. Folks, that's going to do it for today here in the Great Smoky Mountains. If you guys like this vlog, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't, please subscribe so you don't miss these upcoming little road trip, little back road Tennessee adventures. And until next time.
Thanks for watching.
Bye, everyone.